Namaskara folks, this is Kripal Amanna, Gourmet on the Road, and you're watching Food Lovers TV. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and strong. We are at Bengaluru Café, a Tiffin Eatery that in a relatively short span of only 7 years has gone about its work quietly to emerge as a popular Tindi stop here in Jayanagar, South Bengaluru. What I'm most interested to learn though, and I'm sure you will too, is how two engineers made the shift from software to the delicious world of idli, vada, dosae, khara, and more. So you are engineers.
Yes, we want to do something for ourselves.
So how many doses do you do every day?
Weekday around 800.
800 dosae. Weekend?
1500.
1500 doses. I love the manner in which that mix of the tuppa and the oil is sizzling away very gently now on that dosae. That's an idli that's fairly soft. Quite literally dissolves in your mouth. That dosae is biscuity in its crunch, chow chow bath and the shavige bath. I love the flavor of the braised onion. Khara bath that's made with the bansi rava. I'm tasting loads of the flavor that comes from the shavige soppu. Sakre kammi, solpa strong irli. You know that before tasting the food, I like to explore the kitchen. So we've arrived at the central kitchen of Bengaluru Café, where we're going to not only take a look at what's prepping, but also meet the founders, Vikas and Varun. Namaskara.
Namaskar, sir.
How are you doing?
We are doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You are Vikas.
Yes.
And you are Varun. So how did Bengaluru Café happen? I'm told you're engineers.
Yes, we
Both of you.
Yes. I've done my undergrad in electronics and communication. My master's I've done in embedded system in US.
Both are classmates.
Classmates.
Yep.
So how did you make that switch 8 years ago? How did you decide to go from software to idli, vada, dosae?
We really didn't plan that we wanted to do a restaurant. So we just had something in mind that we want to do something for ourselves. So after coming back here and looking at whatever savings, I had given up all my shares, 401k, everything. With whatever money we both had saved. With that money, the only option we had was limited.
So with whatever money you had, you wanted to begin something.
Yeah, yes.
It is not that you were passionate about food.
Day one we were in.
Day one you weren't, okay.
But now we both sat down and we came up with 5 staple dishes. We thought, okay, these 5 dishes also have to be good. Idli,
vada,
khara bath, kesari bath,
bath,
coffee.
and dosae.
Dosa, yeah, of course. So this is the only dish that we stuck on to. We did almost 6 months of trial.
So you were cooking?
We were cooking, yes, we do.
Really? So ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತಾ ಕುಕಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ?
Interest happened later on. Once we got into the business, we knew we had to get our hands dirty. We started cultivating a habit of understanding the basics of cooking. Once we were doing trials, we were simultaneously also searching for spaces. So from morning, we used to go on bikes and start looking for places.
And by then you had come out of software, is it?
Yeah, I had put down my paper.
Ibrusa?
Yeah, I was fully out.
That's really gutsy. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, IT ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು? What did they tell you at home?
Initially they were not very happy.
Refused.
Nobody
we wanted to do something on our own. We thought we'll do something.
That's how Bengaluru Café happened.
This is our central kitchen which happened post-COVID. We have done this with a lot of engineering skills.
So basically the pre-prep happens here.
The pre-prep happens here. The batters, the chutney, quick khara bath also happens here. The khara bath that we do, we go down to a level where we check what is the moisture of the rava. In order to be grainy, it should be within 2 to 3%. But when we get it from the shop, it will be around some 8% or something.
So this is a grinding section.
Yeah, this is a grinding section. If you see here, we have our dosa grinding happening. The specialty of this grinder is that it is a Bangalore stone grinder. Most of them in the hotel industry, they use black stone for grinding. We have used a white stone.
What difference does that make?
Difference is in the process of grinding, because of the friction, does not get as heated as a black stone.
So what's special about your dosa?
Crispy from the outside, very soft from the inside.
So what is the ratio of the rice to the urad?
1:4.
1:4. Do you also have avlaki that goes into it?
Yes.
rice, avalakki, urad dal,
Urad dal.
and kusapul.
Mentha. Fenugreek goes into it. So basically, how long do you ferment your dosa batter?
8 hours.
8 hours. So this is for tomorrow morning. You grind the rice and the uddu separately? Or separately. I like the manner in which the engineers too are quite well versed with the intricacies of dosa making.
Yeah, and the other thing is even the water will go into the batter as much as it's required only to maintain the consistency.
So everything is very recipe oriented.
Pretty much everything we try to stick and follow the SOPs that we have generated.
Fantastic.
This is our chutney happening.
Gatti chutney.
Gatti chutney, and this is the same chutney that we do both for dosa and for the idli.
I can smell the aroma of the urukadle.
So we have 10 coconuts for around 4.5 kilos of chana dal.
And then I can also smell some mint gone into it already.
Yes, there is mint, there is coriander, otherwise there is tamarind,
Tamarind.
ginger.
Do you also use garlic in your chutneys?
No.
So this is what your chutney mix.
Yes, tamarind, there is chilies, there is ginger, there is jaggery. We weigh it out and we keep just to maintain the consistency.
At a time around 8 kilos.
8 kilos of chutney. So you keep making the chutney
Every
fresh.
This is the same chutney we use for our dosa and idli. So the 8 kilo chutney will not last for more than 1 hour.
Sapsige soppu.
Yeah. Yeah, every day 6 o'clock Sapsige soppu comes out fresh, and by evening we'll be done with this. Everything happens like in a FIFO.
FIFO.
Yes. FIFO.
First in, first out.
Yes.
Well, we're talking to engineers here.
All our spices.
Well, I can spot kasuri methi, the kaluhu, the stone flower. There's some cinnamon there, and of course nutmeg, fennel, poppy seeds, gasgase alado, the white sesame
These spices are mainly used for our rice baths.
for your rice baths. I can imagine how the kalua and also that cinnamon along with that nutmeg will give it that delicious aromatic flavor. So I can also see your recipes are recorded here.
These are the standard SOPs that we have kind of formulated.
Okay.
So since labor is a challenge these days, we have done these SOPs, and any new person who comes in with just 2-3 days of basic training, he will be able to deliver the end product in the way we want them.
Everything is recipe
Process.
based.
Recipe and process.
Process is completely.
I guess that's also where the engineering comes into play, huh? So although you've begun now with one Bengaluru Café and you've run it for the last 7 years, do you have plans to take it to other places also?
Yes, we are working on our second outlet after 7 long years. Finally, we have found a space. 2-3 months from now, we will be having much interesting Bengaluru Café than what we are right now.
So in these 7 years, you've basically built on your process, you've built on your product,
Absolutely.
and you've built on, I'm sure, tons of confidence.
This is the rava that we were talking about.
Okay, the rava where you bring the moisture down.
The complete spices, everything is added into this. The only job that our employee must do is fry some onions, vegetables, whatever is required. Add the required amount of water, boil it, and add the rava. So our khara bath will be ready.
There's some urad dal, there's some curry leaf that I can see there.
Yes. Put it in the automation machine. It takes away the moisture.
So this is basically the bansi rava, which is the wheat rava, the slightly more granular. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹದ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Yes.
There's a bit
To
of,
have that tinge flavor.
I can taste the salt, I can taste a bit of the sugar, also the toasty notes of the curry leaf. Quite tasty. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಖಾರ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ.
Yeah, it is spicy. Once we put it into the water, the spices, salt, everything will kind of subside down.
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಖಾರಗೆ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ.
Green chili.
And the seasoning, the mustard seeds.
Yes.
Allah? Very nice. I can actually visualize what that bansi rava mix will taste like in that khara bath. So is that your shavige?
Shavige bath, yeah, this is the shavige bath. So the base is prepared now with carrot, beans, peas, and rava shavige. We don't use the rice. And then we do the fry capsicum, onion, add a little bit of veggies and make it more colorful.
You mix it up into this.
Yes.
So that's what's happening there.
So that is the onion goju for the palya.
So use coconut oil for making
For shavige bath.
for shavige bath. So this is a shavige bath ogurne that's quite loaded.
Correct. With a lot of veggies.
Lot of veggies. So a bunch of things that have gone in. And now of course some onions have gone into that mix. Sandra, you do a few things, but you've really focused a lot on the recipes.
Yeah. We have focused a lot on recipes, and the other main important thing is we have kind of been consistent on the recipe. The only thing we are scared is we don't want to
Lose that taste. So the items that you have is idli, vada, dosae, khara bath, kesari
In
bath.
the evenings, because of our customers' demand, we have shavige bath and Bengaluru Café.
The morning we'll have rice bath.
Morning you have a rice bath also.
Rice bath and navane pongal.
Navane pongal.
This is our storeroom.
Okay.
So here we procure from the best vendors that are available in the market. In that also we try and procure the best products out, whatever is available.
So this rice flour is for the idli.
The rice flour is for the dosa. Fermented batter gets mixed with the rice flour for the crispiness to happen.
So like it's like a bit of akki tari, is it?
Yes. For the idli, we have the idli rava.
The idli rava, correct.
Rava. And this one is more coarse.
It is more coarser.
Yeah, it is more coarser than
So, but this gives it that crispiness.
little bit crispiness, yes. Out here also we try and maintain the FIFO as much as possible. Whatever comes in will be consumed first.
Well, the ogurne is now being mixed into that shavige bath, the wheat shavige bath, and it's going to be packed in that container and sent to the store.
Sent out to the store. So even this happens small batches. Every half an hour, 45 minutes, we keep preparing the shavige.
I think that's cue for us to head back to Bengaluru Café and make for a delicious tiffin of the 5, 6 or 7 items that they're serving this evening. Let's go. Well, going by the crowds here, you definitely know Bengaluru Café is hugely popular. Let's take a look though at the dosae being prepared. This is a goli bhaji.
Goli bhaji, yes.
The Bengaluru bhaji.
This is there from day one. Only in the evenings. You will start by 3:34, by 7 we will end.
Fantastic. You can watch that goli bhaji gently roasting away. What do you use here? Butter?
White butter. Oil and ghee mixed in a 1:1 ratio.
Oil and ghee, refined oil.
Refined sunflower oil.
I love the manner in which that mix of the tuppa and the oil is sizzling away very gently now on that dosae. Before that tuppa has had an opportunity to sizzle away completely, on goes that white bending. So there is no pudi dosae, tuppa dosae and all that. So it's basically one dosae, one recipe for that dosae. So one is without the kempu chutney, one is with the kempu chutney.
Correct. The kempu chutney has garlic as well.
Oh, okay.
So most of our customers don't prefer the garlic because it overpowers the flavor of the butter. It also has a unique flavor, but most of them want to have the flavor of butter by itself.
Fantastic. Then goes a dollop of the palya. I love the consistency, the texture of that palya in that. Solid yet quite mousse-like in its texture. So how do you ensure that the dosae roasts evenly?
So we use a different kind of a burner which typically nobody uses. It's a ceramic burner. The burners are of the dimension of the pan.
Oh, okay. So you get an even heat.
Even heat distribution happens.
Distribution across the entire
The color of the dosa also maintains.
The dosas are roasted to that lovely deepish golden brown and they're flying off that hanchu. I think he can keep pace with the number of orders there for the dosas. So how many dosas do you do every day?
Weekday around 800.
800 dosas. Weekend?
1500.
1500 dosas. Amazing. Well, after that lengthy kitchen tour, both at the central kitchen and also at this very compact but efficient kitchen that they have here, needless to say, I'm famished. What's nice here is that they have a very short and efficient menu. There's just about 5 or 6 items that you get, and those are the items that they're focused on. And therefore, places like these, they rarely go wrong. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಇಡ್ಲಿ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ವಡೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಮಸಾಲೆ ದೋಸೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಖಾರ ಬಾತ್, ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಾತ್, ಶಾವಿಗೆ ಬಾತ್, ಒಂದು ಕಾಫಿ. ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು? 268. Well, the idli vada is 53 rupees. The benne masala dosa with the white butter is 75. And my chow chow bath combination is 70. The shavige bath separate is 50 and the coffee is 20. I want to get to that idli first that has submerged, sunk in this pool of chutney. I can taste some of the kai, some of the coconut in that, and also the flavor of the mint and the spice of the green chili. That's an idli that's fairly soft. Quite literally dissolves in your mouth. I place the idli in my mouth and I've had to do nothing else. Just allow for that idli to soak in the warmth of my mouth and slowly slither down my throat. Soft ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಟಿಫಿನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ
ಕಾಫಿ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾ?
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡೀರಿ.
ಎಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
ಕಾಫಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೋದು.
ಟಿಫಿನ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ? So I'm told they come here just for the coffee. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಸರ್?
ಮುನಿರಾಜು.
Mr. Muniraju, Mr. and Mrs. Muniraju. Wonderful. Nice to meet you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you. Well, there are some who come for the tiffin and some like Mr. and Mrs. Muniraju who come purely for that coffee. I want to go next for that vade. That vade is crisp and also busy to the touch. I'm tasting the flavor of the roasted uddu, the shard of coconut that I just bit on. It's a vade that's quite gentle in its flavors. I like the soft crunch of this vade. Between the idli and the vade, I think it was certainly the idli that stole my heart with its very soft, dissolve in the mouth texture. How's the goli bache? No, thank you. It's really good. Is that what you come for? I think true food lovers, quite contrary to what people may think, don't hesitate to share if they're tasting something nice, if they're tasting something delicious. On that note, let's get for ourselves that masala dosa that's roasted in a combination of that oil, tuppa and the white butter. Well, I've got for myself the benne masala dosa and I can smell the aroma of the kempu chutney in that, the garlic in the kempu chutney. So out here you have the option of doing the dosa with the kempu chutney or without, and I guess some people don't want the garlic, but for me, I love the garlic in all shape and form. When you come out here, this is a place that's extremely busy, so be prepared to jostle a bit. You'll have to find your nook and tuck into your tindi. Like I am looking forward to tucking into this crisp benne masala dosa. That dosa is biscuity in its crunch. I can taste a hint of sweetness in that aloo gadde and then the robust spicing of that kempu chutney. There's also a palya that is not the most effusive. In fact, it's rather gentle, rather mellow. And I guess that's where that chutney, that gatti chutney comes in. If you like your dosa crisp and with the underside of softness, well then this is a dosa for you. The palya I found a tad on the sweeter side. Perhaps that's got to do with the character of the potato. And the chutney does well to balance it. Your palya is very delicate in its flavor.
Correct.
There's not too much of masala that's gone into it.
Because like when we decided the recipe, we wanted people to enjoy the dosa. The main product is the dosa. So the chutney or the palya shouldn't overpower the dosa flavor.
And therefore, if you want something a little spicy, that's why I think that kempu chutney.
Yes.
I'm now tasting a bit of its heat, a bit of its garlicky fervor on my tongue. So most people have it without the garlic chutney.
Garlic chutney. Some of them, by nature, they don't eat garlic, and some of them prefer our normal standard dosa.
So I met customers here who come from Singapore, some from the US.
Most of them that I see them every single day.
The regular customers.
Yeah, about 60% is repeated.
And I think that's also because of the manner in which you guys are, right? You're very low profile.
Very low, very low. We don't do much of.
But do you have an Instagram account?
No, not yet.
Well, in this day and age, that's as quiet as you can get. And that's the focus. Just do your work quietly. So in this, I'm a fan of the texture of your dosae. I like the crispness. I also enjoy its softness. To me, that dosae is ace. And that chutney too. I think time now to taste the shavige bath and also a bit of the khara bath and the kesari bath too. Well, we've got the chow chow bath and the shavige bath. This is a wheat shavige bath. There's a chutney, of course, but I think the shavige bath, going by its preparation, has enough that you need to lend flavor to your palate. I love the flavor of the braised onion that's permeating through that shavige bath. There's also a hint of sweetness somewhere that I'm tasting, perhaps from the onion. Also the vermicelli is a sort that's a bit sticky, also has a bit of weight as opposed to the dainty character of some rice vermicelli. Every bite is speckled with some veggies, be it the carrots, the capsicum, or perhaps a solitary pea. I also like a bit of the spice that's coming from the green chili in that shavige bath somewhere. Now that we've tasted the shavige bath, well, let's go for that khara bath. The khara bath that's made with the bansi rava. I'm tasting loads of the flavor that comes from the sapsige soppu. Oh, that's delicious. So that sapsige soppu has a wonderful aroma and flavor to it.
Correct.
Very nice. Even your shavige bath was very good. So out here, what you've started with a change madala new?
No, nothing.
Ade.
We want to stick to the same thing because people have
Why fix it if it ain't broke?
Exactly.
Allah?
Yeah.
I think every customer out here knows exactly what they want. Some come here specifically for the idli vade. Some come in the evening because they know their goli bhaje is getting prepared. Some come here for that crisp masala dosae. So I guess when you've been to a place over a period of time, over a number of years, you know precisely what you want. I think that's the sort of customers that they have here. I think Bengaluru Café is still relatively unknown to the greater part of Bengaluru.
More popular in the southern part of.
You're more popular in southern Bengaluru. So in Jayanagar, everybody knows Bengaluru Café.
Yeah, 100%.
Fantastic. I think it's time to change that.
It would change in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Malleshwaram is going to be a bigger store?
Yeah, one of the biggest stores in Bangalore.
Biggest Tiffin Eatery store?
Yes.
How many square feet?
It is a 15,000 square feet space.
Wow. And when is that coming up?
Tentatively, it will be around December.
Fantastic. So we are filming this end October. So I guess December is only a couple of months away.
Correct.
That means you must be busy at work.
We are doing a lot of trials. Trials all have started.
Wonderful. I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
On that note, let's turn back our attention to this plate, but this time the kesari bath. I can see a bit of clove sticking out from there. I think there's some pineapple in there, some raisins as well. I love the flavor of the clove that I'm tasting in that. A bit of the fibrous texture of that pineapple as well. I love the tinge of acidity that's also coming from the raisin or perhaps the pineapple. What's also nice here is that I'm not tasting an overload of the tuppa in that kesari bhat. There is a tuppa, but it's not so much that it leaves you guilty having enjoyed a portion. I was finding my way to that coffee counter, but they said I should also taste the gulab jamun, which I'm told is fairly popular.
When I was in US, I used to watch your shows.
We've seen a lot. My mom is a fan of yours.
Yeah, convey my pranams to her.
Absolutely.
Very soft, not overly sweet despite the sugar syrup. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಖೋವಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪನೀರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ
Slightly, yes. It is cooked without any sort of soda. So it is cooked for almost 45 minutes.
It's roasted nice and slow.
Yeah, nice slow. That is why you have that brown, dark brown color.
So this is every day.
Everything is there, yeah.
So if you haven't made a sweet ending with the kesari bath, well, the gulab jamun is also something that you can try. So good that I've finished all of that gulab jamun. I thought I will just taste it. Sakare kammi, solpa strong irli. Thank you. When I set out to visit Bengaluru Café this afternoon, I thought we'd spend some time in the central kitchen and make a quick episode of our visit here. But it's almost 3.5 hours since we met them. I must commend both Vikas and Varun for their leap of faith. Things were going great for them. They are engineers, entrenched in software careers, but they wanted to do something. They wanted to do something of their own. And this is where things brought them. When they began, they had no idea of how things work. So they set about working themselves. Those 5 or 6 dishes that they serve at the eateries, well, those are the recipes that they fine-tuned, that they honed over years. That's the kind of effort that's gone into making Bengaluru Café the popular Tindi stop that it is here in South Bengaluru. Also, what's remarkable, especially in this day and age, when everyone wants to shout out loud on social media, they've gone about their work quietly. And only after 7 years of successfully running this eatery that's packed to the gills almost every day of the week, have they decided now is a good time to venture beyond. I wish them the very best even as they open their second eatery in the next couple of months. I'm told it's going to be one of Bengaluru's biggest South Indian Tiffin Eateries. I'm going to be looking out for them, and you should too. On that note, I hope you've enjoyed this slightly indulgent, slightly long tiffin outing. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, happy eating and drinking. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page, and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment below. Happy eating.